jungle.
Philippine naval modernization under Duterte in the spotlight with anniversary celebrations. A recent event provided a closer look at what lies ahead for Manila's maritime capabilities. On June 17, the Philippine Navy held another iteration of celebrations tied to its annual founding anniversary. The engagement once again highlighted the mix of opportunities and challenges that remain for the Philippines' naval modernization under President Rodrigo Duterte. As I have noted before in these pages, as Philippine military modernization continues under Duterte, with a mix of continuity and change, and amid a range of trends and developments, observers have been looking to get a sense of how the Philippines, which remains one of the weakest militaries in the Asia-Pacific, is looking to further boost its capabilities and address a spectrum of maritime challenges. This week, the state of Philippine naval modernization was in the headlines again with the commemoration of the Philippine Navy's 121st founding anniversary. While the backdrop to the anniversary celebrations, held in Sangley Point in Cavite, were far from ideal given that the Philippines was still contending from the fallout from a collision by a Chinese ship that left 22 Philippine fishermen at sea, the event, which was attended by top Philippine officials including Duterte himself, was nonetheless notable and closely watched. While the anniversary itself comprised several components, among them was the focus on new developments in Philippine naval modernization that came from Philippine Navy Chief Robert Empedrad. In his remarks, Empedrad reiterated that the acquisition of several naval assets was in the pipeline, in line with ongoing modernization efforts and priority areas for Manila's defense policy going forward for the rest of Duterte's single six-year term. Some of these were updates with respect to current acquisitions already underway. For instance, Empedrad gave updates on the state of the frigates from South Korea, which have been key for Manila and Philippine-South Korea defense collaboration, announcing that new frigates will be delivered earlier than previously announced dates. The commemoration was also an opportunity to integrate new equipment into the Philippine military, including new anti-submarine warfare helicopters. Others were newer. For instance, Empedrad made reference to the approval of two corvette warships, costing 28 billion pesos, roughly $535.87 million, that were more capable than two new South Korean frigates, which would also be part of Philippine capabilities. He also mentioned other line items, including 8 fast attack interdiction craft missile, for which a budget of 10 billion pesos had been allocated, shore-based missile systems, and, notably unsurprisingly, given the Duterte administration's priority areas for defense policy, Empedrad focused most of his remarks on domestic issues, such as countering terrorism and insurgencies, despite the fact that Manila faces a wide spectrum of threats and new equipment can be used for a range of purposes. For instance, he noted that the addition of missile capabilities would help easily destroy the enemy in another Marawi-type war, making reference to the crisis that the Philippines had experienced following a siege by Islamic State-backed rebels in the country's south.